first 2 games of the week, and able to kind of really dive into Wisconsin. What have you seen in looking at them on film, and how do you prepare for a really veteran team that they have?
Yeah, well, what I've seen is one of the best teams in the United States. I think the very first thing you recognize with them is they have a tremendous amount of winning experience. They have guys who are in supremely key roles that are accustomed to winning. Whether you're Koenig or Hayes, who have been a part, I don't know of how many wins there. Showalter, the same. They have guys who play key roles on winning teams, and uh, that's important. So they know how to win. I think this year's group is doing it in a lot of similar ways to teams in the past. But the one thing I think has stuck out to me about them that I didn't know until I started really diving into them is how well they're rebounding the ball. I mean, they have been monsters on the backboard. I mean, I think it's as good as anyone in the country in that respect. And so, that poses a problem for us. We're really going to have to try to, again, defending them in the half court is hard enough with the quality of players they have. But to add on top of that, holding them to one shot. So they provide a lot of problems.
And last season, you guys obviously got the win over in Madison. In that game, Hayes and Koenig combined for like 7 for 29 shooting. It's rare that they're going to have nights like that. So how do you either replicate what you did last year or find ways to beat them in other ways?
Well, again, yeah. I mean, they're too good of players. I mean, that's not something that we expect. I think, again, even really good players have an off night every once in a while. Um, you know, but they're also more than just those two. I mean, I think, I would throw Hap into that triangle. I mean, I think Hap's playing as well as anyone on their team. I think he's a kid who's got a chance to be Player of the Year in their conference. I mean, he is really, really good and efficient with Koenig and Hayes. You got to try to. You're not going to shut them out, but if you can do a good job where they're shooting below 50% instead of above 50%, then you put yourself in a better position to win.
What's the prognosis with Tracy? Will he be able to play?
He's day to day. We were going to practice tomorrow, but coming off that 2 game in 3 day stretch, our guys were beat up and fatigued, so we gave our team off yesterday in terms of anything physically except for treatments, and he's feeling better, but it's day to day.
Is it both knees or
No, it's his left knee.
left knee?
Yeah. So, and again, he's had a couple knee surgeries in high school, so it's not a surgery thing. It's just he's got to feel better.
When it comes to a rivalry game, Steve, I mean, last year you won, so you have guys that have been a part of that. You have guys like Sam Hauser growing up in the state, they know about it, and guys that maybe don't know a lot about the rivalry. But how do you approach a rivalry game when guys kind of know it's a big deal?
Well, yeah, I think one of the things is, as you mentioned, guys know it's a big deal. So, you don't worry, as in some games, like, our guys going to be ready to play? I mean, I think our guys are going to be ready to play. Then it becomes how you play. We're playing a really good team, and being ready to play, being enthusiastic, having intensity, that's not enough. It comes down to execution of a game plan. And so you have to use all those positive emotions that come with playing in a rivalry game to enhance your ability to execute a game plan. And that's something that we talk to our guys about. Now, again, at times it's easier said than done. But, in my experience with rivalry games, and I've been fortunate to be a part of a couple of them, that's the way to go about it.
Seen it a couple times this year on the pick and roll. You guys keep the big man and the guard on the ball carrier. And a few times that has forced some turnovers, and other times it's caused a couple of breakdowns. What breaks down? What goes wrong when other teams are allowed to score on you?
Well, I think a lot of times when people look at the ball screen defense, they're always looking at the point of the screen. as where the breakdown happens. More times than not, the breakdown is on the help side. Whether a guy doesn't tag a roller or a guy doesn't stay in the help position. In general, us staying with the ball occurs against the team best scorer. So there's certain guys that come off ball screens to score that you want to make them passers. Other guys you don't have to stay as long. But it's a matter of 5 guys working together. And, our ball screen defense at times has broken down for a number of reasons. And in order to have effective ball screen defense, 5 guys got to be on the same page. Effective defense, period. And so if you have 4 guys on the same page and one guy doing his own thing or in la-la land, you're going to get scored on. And I think that's been at times when we haven't played as well defensively. It's not because we have 5 guys out there not wanting to do what they're supposed to do. It's because there's a breakdown along the way. And so for us, really good man defense is 5 guys playing together as one. And we haven't gotten that as much as we need to.
You talked about having a really successful season and potentially being a Big Ten type player of the year. But if you look at him on paper, Luke's putting up the same kind of numbers. He's playing at an extremely efficient level offensively right now. Is he a guy you're looking to maybe make life difficult for half on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, Luke's a guy that is a very efficient offensive player. I mean, he's a guy that we need to get the ball to every time he's open. And, it's somebody we can, I think, even utilize more. But, I have confidence in Luke's offensive game.
What is it like to have a freshman that shoots better than 50%?
I think we have 2.
Yeah.
So 2 is better than 1.
Marcus is right at 50.
Yeah. Their shooting is phenomenal. And I get excited every time I see one go through the net. Their maturity is more rare than their shooting. Their maturity is incredible. Usually, and I was one of these basket cases, freshmen go like this. They go up and down, and they go in and out, and it's just an emotional roller coaster with them, with freshmen. And it doesn't mean they're bad. It's such a different level than high school. As good as, Marcus played at one of the best programs. Sam played on probably the best team, maybe the best team in the history of the state. So you're coming from darn good stuff. It's still a big difference. And their maturity, their ability, they show up every day. They show up every day. And not just what you see in practice. Those guys are remarkably consistent. And I think it was somebody said some way along the line, the best ability is reliability. Those kids, you can rely on them. It doesn't mean they're always going to play great, but damned if they're not going to try.
Going to be a huge crowd there on Saturday. What does that mean to you, and what does it mean to the program to see those kinds of fans in the stands being as they're going to be? It's going to be loud. It's going to be an exciting environment.
Yeah, I think our guys will be really excited about it, to have that type of support for this game, and then hopefully every game after is important. It makes a difference. It makes a difference, and we appreciate the support we get here. We anticipate Saturday being the best crowd we've had this season, and hopefully it's one we can build off of.
That it? Thanks.
Thank you, guys.